I take a lot of pride in my drinking.
Right.
And I take a lot of pride in my acting. So to meld the two together is just, that's my Academy Award right there.
Hi, I'm sitting here with Jake Johnson, who has written and also stars in Digging for Fire.
That's right. Well, co-written.
Co-written.
All the actors coming in, we improvise, and everybody really contributes a lot on these.
Couple, young son, kind of what happened to our lives, where are we?
For me, the real way into this movie was the dead body. So the story of it is a guy's digging on a hill, finds a gun and a bone, and starts getting obsessed with, is there a dead body here? Well, that actually happened to me. In East LA, my wife and I had rented a place, and we were putting a garden in our backyard, and I found a gun, and I found a bone, and I kept digging, and I found a license plate, and I found a bag with chopped up bones, and I called the LAPD, which is in the movie, and they said it's not our job to dig out someone's trash, so if you find a body, call us. My wife and I had a discussion where she said, I don't know if I want to find a body, because I like it here. And I said, I don't know if I'll be able to not try to find that body. So I called a bunch of my friends. We all brought shovels, and we spent the next couple of weeks digging through that backyard looking for the body. And so I told that to Joe, and he was really wanting to explore that idea of what happens when you take like a weekend away from your wife and your child, how quickly you go back to who you were before you had kids.
It's great, and a great cast, obviously.
Unbelievable.
Chris Messina and Anna Kendrick, Brie Larson.
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom
Michael
pops
Biggis,
up.
yeah, Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, it was great.
But that's shooting in LA.
Right.
So all these movies are leaving LA, but one of the strengths of LA is you could call these actors Jenny Slate, Tim Simmons. They'll come in for a day because they live near the shoot.
I love that Vulture magazine called you the greatest drunk actor of our time.
Oh, that's very flattering.
You are the inspiration for Drunken History.
Yeah, well, Drunk History, years before it came out, Derek Waters came to my house one night. We decided to play Heads Up Quarters. And when we were drunk, I have an Otis Redding story that my dear friend Bill Bungeroth told me. But it's about a 35-minute story. It's amazing how it all connects. And I tell the story, and I think his mind is getting blown. And the whole time, he had an image of Otis Redding behind him, shaking his head and being like, would you shut up? And the next day he called and said, I'm going to buy you a bunch of booze. You're going to get drunk. You're going to retell that story. And then we're going to get actors to reenactment. And I go, why? And he's like, there was a seed of truth in your story. The rest was the alcohol talking, and you just gave me some drunk history. And you also play a bartender on New Girl. That's right, yeah.
What would be your advice for your character?
My advice to Nick?
Yeah, for Nick.
To realize that the real world's coming fast and to start making some big boy choices. It's fun to lounge in a sweat outfit. There's a time you might have to kick it into second gear.
Step up?
Step up a little bit.
All right, let's talk about Jack Johnson. Sure. How often does that happen? I'm
a groovy music lover. So at 15, I was at a Jimmy Buffett concert.
Really?
Sure. I don't hate the Dead. I don't hate the groove tunes. Oh, okay. So to walk out to a Q&A setting, let's say for Paper Heart, and have him go Nick Jazanovic, Mike Serra, Charlene Yee, and Jack Johnson, to see the disappointment in the fans when they don't get this groovy musician. But for me, like, hey, that's an intro, man. Like, let's get this vibe right. Give me a little puka shell necklace. Yeah. Let me kick these boots off.
Have you guys ever met at all?
No. Yeah. And my guess would be I would geek out a little bit, and he would go like, no, my brother, I've never gotten Jake Johnson.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you. Nice to talk. Yeah, totally.